This is Dr. Chalmers. Welcome to Wellness Insights with me, Dr. Chalmers. Okay, so we talked about this a little bit in my TED Talk. How do I address the concern about dosing cannabis? So the problem we get into is that if you're just smoking flower, smoking joints, that type of thing, it's real hard to get 5 or 10 milligrams. It really is. Again, the whole joint's not going to hurt you, but if you're a little bit too high to function and you're laughing all the time, you're not going to get you through your day. So gummies can kind of do this, not great, but if you find low dose gummies, 5 milligram, that type of thing, that's fantastic. But the strips, the sublingual strips that I like, so if you're out and about, game8strips.com, that's a Delta 8 strip. It is at the moment legal in 30 something states. So I would grab as much as you can because they're going to make that illegal, probably by the end of this year. And they have no plans of making cannabis legal for medical in any of the states where it's going to be illegal. So grab what you can because you're going to need it. The way the strips work is that you can cut them in half, in thirds. You can cut a sixth. You can cut just a little tiny sliver off. And that's the way that we dose it because you know it's a 20 milligram, 25 milligram strip, depending on what you're getting. And so if you cut it in half, so obviously math, if it's a 20 milligram, cut it in half, it's 10 and 10. You can't really do that with gummies though. The way that it works with gummies is that they kind of clump up, that the active ingredient kind of clumps up. And so if you have a gummy like this and it's all over here, if you cut it in half, all of it's going to be here, none of it's going to be over here. Or you're going to get 70-30. It's very, very difficult to dose them with gummies. But with the strips, since they're evenly applied, you can cut them up like that and be really consistent. So you can know, I need a third of a strip to go to sleep. I need a quarter of a strip to do this. So that's been really good. One of the ladies found out that we gave this to, she found out that a third of the strip would have the same pain fighting power as a 10 milligram oxy, which is pretty impressive because that's 10 milligrams of basically heroin. Heroin and oxy are the same strength. They're stronger than morphine. Morphine is a 1 on the scale, and heroin and oxy are about a 6 or 7. So it's fentanyl, by the way, is 179. So fentanyl is ridiculously stronger, and it's used all the time in hospitals to help knock people out. It is a functional drug. It is needed for surgery. It should never be on the street though. So that's how we address the dosage piece. Now the fun thing is that, so let's say that you have a pain and let's say it's in your son and you give him a little bit and it doesn't quite cover it. You can give him a little bit more and okay, now I know I need to give him a quarter of a strip or, a fifth of a strip or whatever to combat this issue. That's how we did it with his surgery. I gave him a little bit. He was like, it helped, but not really. I gave him a little bit more. And he was like, okay, that helped. And so I was like, okay, those two added together is what we needed. And so that's how we dosed it. Really, really simple. So, and I talk about that in the TED Talk. So we'll add that clip in here just so you can see about what I did with my son. The solution what solution did I give? The sublingual cannabis strips. That's it. Game8strips.com. We have a couple groups that we're talking to about doing actual real pain studies with them. And so hopefully we'll have a specific one tailored specifically for pain in California soon. If the rest of the country can get on board with decriminalizing medical use nationally, we'll be able to ship those strips all over the U.S. and people can use those instead of opioids for all their pain.